Busy Peach in the house. BzyPeach, yeah, Busy Peach. Busy Peach. Busy Peach. BzyPeach, yeah, Busy Peach. Busy Peach. Busy Peach. Good morning. Good morning. Who all is in the room? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, everybody. I'm glad y'all are here. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Let's see. The kids, 7691. All right. Good morning, Christine. Hello. Good morning, chat. Ola Joe. Good morning. Good morning. Who all is here? Who all is here? Come on in the room. So I'm going to do another quick live on Instagram to let the people know that we are over here. I'm going to do that most of this month so that, you know, folks will know that we're here over on YouTube. So, oh, it's Victoria. Hey, Victoria. Yes, I'm doing good. How are you doing, Ola Joe? I hope everything is going well. I hope you're having a good day. Give me 2 seconds while I try to get this live situation set up for Instagram. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning, Izzy. Hello, hello, hello. I'm glad some of y'all still have the same names over here. I'm going to get familiar with new names and new folks. So, you know, bear with me as I get used to the YouTube names. Hold on one second. Okay, let me get it going. Okay, hold on. But anyway, how's everybody's week been? How has everybody's week been? What are y'all up to? What's going on? I'm doing good. You're busy as a beaver. Doing well, thank you. Okay, what you working on, Ola Joe? Victoria, what are you working on? What's going on? All right, hang on. Okay, I'm getting everything set up. Okay, update. Okay, now I'm going live over on Instagram to let people know that we're over here on YouTube. Okay, so awesome. Good morning. Good morning, Instagram folks. Just wanted to remind you that we are live on YouTube. So come on over to YouTube. Okay, so today we have quite a few topics to discuss. But first, I need to make sure that you all are ready for the shenanigans. Are y'all ready for the Saturday morning shenanigans? Are you ready? Okay, so if you're over here on YouTube and on Instagram and you're seeing the side of my face, that's because we're over on YouTube. So go over to Busy Peach on YouTube and follow us over there. We are live on YouTube. This live on Instagram is going to go away in a few minutes. So go over to YouTube, search Busy Peach, BzyPeach, right? And you'll find me over on YouTube, okay? All right. Okay, I'm going to pin it down at the bottom. Let's see. Okay, who else came in the room over here? Trying to get your dog to eat. Working on a blanket and doing a crochet along. Oh, nice. So ready as you will ever be. Okay, very nice. Okay, awesome. Hey, everyone on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. We are hanging out on YouTube. Bear with me as we get all of the logistics together. Good morning. Hey, Natasha, Crochet Shay all day. I'm excited about what you got going on. So, Instagram folks, come on over to YouTube because that's where we're doing the shenanigans. The shenanigans are on YouTube, okay? All right. So I'm gonna leave that up for a minute because it has to be at least a minute long for me to be able to save it on Instagram and remind everybody that we're on YouTube. All right. So Ola Joe, the Crocheting Sailor, you're working on your outfit for CFW, trying to look good for Crochet Fashion Week. Oh shucks. Also, you'll be starting a hat too. Also editing a video. Okay, awesome. All right. So in the preview for today, in the promo for today's chat, Shenanigans, I mentioned a couple of topics. But what I was saying was first, make sure you have your notebook. Do you have your Saturday morning shenanigans notebook? If not, go to my website, BzyPeach.com, get your shenanigans notebook. I have to work on a pen for us because, a girl's got to match, match. So make sure you got your mug. That was terrible. I guess you shouldn't cover up what you're trying to show with your hands. That's why shenanigans. Make sure you have your shenanigans mug, your shenanigans shirt, your shenanigans notebook, and a pen because we always talk about um, something, and you might need to take notes. I need to make sure that I'm taking notes to follow up on stuff. So last week, we talked about posting the analytics screen. So if you follow my Instagram feed, you would have seen I did a post or a reel that showed what the analytics screen looks like on YouTube when you finish. So as soon as you get off of a live on YouTube, there are analytics that say how many people were in, how much watch time you got, etc. And then also when you go into YouTube Studio, you can take a look on the analytics page or the content page and see how well your stuff is doing and performing. And there's a monetization page over on YouTube. So on the monetization page, they tell you, they give you the goal. Like you need to get this many followers, which is 500. I'm not there yet. So if you're on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. Make sure you follow me over here too. So you need at least 500 followers and X number of watch hours. So I'm working on that. So y'all listen while we're sitting here. Can y'all share this live? Can you share the live? Share the live. If you can share the live, share the live. Share this live on YouTube with everybody that you know because I need at least 500 followers. Now, over on Instagram, we're so close to 10,000. I got my yarn waiting for the drawing when we hit 10K. But if just a handful of that almost 10K on Instagram follows over here on YouTube, like we'll be rolling. We'll be rolling really quickly. So make sure that you guys come over to YouTube. Share with a friend. Send them to YouTube. So come over here. Still posting on Instagram because it is still right now where I love to do posts. It's easy for me to read, keep up with what's going on, DM people pretty quickly, all of that good stuff. So thank you, Ola Joe. She shared it. Thank you. Thank you. Ria is here. Hey, good morning. All right. Good morning, Darlene. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let the Instagram live go away because you guys make sure that you come and follow me over on YouTube. All right, I will see y'all on YouTube. The shenanigans are happening over there, so head over to YouTube. Okay, peace out. Love y'all. All right, so now it's just us. Now it's just us. Yes. Can I explain what Saturday morning shenanigans are for the new folks? Absolutely. I sure can. Um, Saturday morning shenanigans is a live show that began on Instagram back in November of 2019. We have reached well over 100 episodes. We might have been at 200 episodes. I'll have to do a count up. But um, it started over on Instagram. My girl Kim, hooked on Kim 251. She and I were learning about all that's in the fiber arts world. Like, what's up with hand dyed yarn? What's the difference between alpaca and llama and kivit? What is that? So, as we were starting to learn more about the fiber arts industry, we decided to learn out loud. And we figured, well, we'll do it on live, right? That way we can reach people. We can talk about what we've learned. We can ask questions. We can bring on guests, all of that fun stuff. Now, I can bring on a guest here. And if it turns out we have someone this morning that is interested in being a guest, well, you can pop on. The way it'll work is I'll send you a link and then you'll be able to pop on. So, I'm super excited to be over here. Now, why do we call it shenanigans? Because I would love for this to be like a perfect, pristine, well choreographed live. But y'all, I'm clumsy. I'm human. It's very likely that at some point the camera's going to flip or fall over, or I'm trying to reach to get something and I knock it down, or maybe the signal goes out, or I'm walking around. It just depends. Like crazy stuff can happen. The cat might hop up in my lap. Um, Anything can happen. And so my philosophy about it is if you expect something to happen, it will, and then you won't be too surprised, right? So we're the first one. We did it first here with the shenanigans on Saturday mornings. So I would love for y'all to make sure that you get your t-shirt. You can walk around and represent. It does say hashtag SMS crew. That's what we are over here. We're the SMS crew. Not to be exclusionary, we are inclusive. We want everybody to come on over, right? You are looking for a positive vibe, a good time, some fun, some information, to meet other fiber family and friends. Like, this is where you want to be. I call this our little peachy corner of the internet and the fiber arts world, right? There's a lot going on out in the world. It's messy over there. There are things that we have to be aware of. Now, we don't have our head in the sand over here. Don't get me wrong, right? We are tuned into what's going on out in the world. If you want negativity, if you want to focus on all the bad stuff, then, that's for somebody else's page, right? I try to provide a spot for you to come and get some positivity. Now, every now and then, we have a little moment. My anxiety got to me really bad one moment. Y'all saw me crying. Oh, that never happens, right? That was strange. Or we have to make sure that we cover certain things, make people aware, etc. So our head is not in the sand over here, but we focus on the positive, right? What's that? Accentuate the positive. There was a song. I know somebody knows it. Accentuate the positive, something. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what we do. We focus on the positive over here. We're learning, we're living. We're trying to move from just surviving to thriving, right? We're trying to move from focusing on negative to focusing on positive. I know I keep saying positive, but um that's what we're trying to do, right? That's what we're trying to do. That's what's going on over here. Anybody else got questions about what the shenanigans are? That's what they are. And I always say, make sure you have a notebook, right? Best thing to do is to go ahead and pick up the it's Saturday morning shenanigans. It's Saturday morning, let the shenanigans begin. It's best to go ahead and get that from my shop. You can find it on my website, BzyPeach.com, because then you know what's in that book, right? Don't get your stuff mixed up with everybody else's. This way, you know where your book is. You can put it in your project bag. It's flexible. If you're on the go, you can take it with you, all of that good stuff, right? So make sure you get that. And like I said, I'm going to work on a pen design. So I'm going to see if my drop shipper that does these, so I'm writing down SMS pen, because matchy matchy. What John Witherspoon say? He said, you gotta coordinate. Gotta coordinate. Yes, that gal Jill, that's it. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. I know that's not the tune, but whatever. If you can sing it better, let me know. You can come on. Egg, you found me again. Yes, Egg, you found me again for sure. So listen, the easiest way to make sure you find me is to subscribe, like, click the little bell so you get notifications when I come live, when I post on YouTube. That way you don't have to worry about missing out. I try to let you know if we're not going to have a shenanigans on a Saturday morning, either because your girl needs to rest, or something has happened. But my goal is at least 3 out of the 4 Saturdays, if not all 4 Saturdays in the month, we're going to shenanigan on the Saturday morning. Yes, it was a big hit for Bing Crosby. Okay, yeah. I kind of remember the song, but maybe we need a trap version of it. Make it more catchy, memorable. I don't know. I'm sure it's memorable. So anyway, okay, so all of that said, I mentioned a couple of things that we could chat about today. So, did anybody see the promos for this show? Anybody know the 3 topics that I wanted to talk about today? So, most of the time shenanigans are spontaneous. Try to make sure that we just let life do what it's going to do, let the shenanigans do what they're going to do. So yeah. And then also, if you're new and you're a little strange, or you're coming in and making weird comments, you're going to get blocked. Because this is a moderated live. So I know we're going to get that more so over here on YouTube than we get on Instagram. So, that comment is not going to show up. But when you come in and you like, say, daddy, why? Why? Because that's weird. That's odd. That's ew. So my shenanigans have blocked that person. And I love it, or deleted the message. So, mods, thank you so much. Thank you for keeping your eye on it, keeping it positive. Now, doesn't mean that you can't express your opinion and all that, but if you get creepy, you gotta go. Plain and simple. That's it. Um, okay, so does anybody know the three topics that we're gonna chat about today? Anybody? Anybody? Did y'all see the promo? I've been working on the little intro. So it popped up, and it has a travel theme. You're going to continue to hear more about that as we move through the month and get closer to my 5th anniversary. We're almost at 5 years. But I had a little not a roadmap. What are the little brown signs when you're on the highway? The information signs that tell you where there's something that's coming up. Yes. So absolutely. Yes, Izzy, thank you. Izzy's got it. Branding patterns, and yes, absolutely. You haven't seen the promos, so you don't know the three topics. Girl, you gotta make sure you're following. Make sure you're following over here. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple of things. Branding. Last week we mentioned a little bit about small business tips. Some folks mentioned that they wanted a little bit more info. Also said that they like the behind the scenes, and then maybe like a group fiber service project. So I got to thinking about, we were talking to Chanel, Channy Peace Corner, and we were talking about being in business for up to 5 years. Um, oh, girl, I am clumsy. Gwyneth, I love it. She said, "You're not clumsy, you're real." Yes, I am real clumsy, and that's okay. It's okay. Um, I own it because it happens. But anyway, so we were talking about being in business for 5 years, and what it takes, what we've been doing, how we've been successful, what the pitfalls have been, all of those things. And folks mentioned that they want, more small business tips. So I'm super happy to provide my experience and go from there. Yes, SMS crew. So Saturday morning shenanigans crew. That's us. That's you. You're part of the crew. If you pop in to the shenanigans at any point, you're part of the SMS crew. We want everybody as a part of the SMS crew. So go ahead and get your shirt. Because listen, when we're at fiber events, you can rock your BzyPeach shirt. You can watch your Saturday morning shenanigans shirt. Right. And so this falls right into talking about branding. Right. Um, for me, there's some things that I find important about branding. And a couple of things that I mentioned on the live, and I also put into a little 15-page workbook that I now have available. One of the things is the name, right? So, whatever name you come up with, make sure that you are searching for that when you go to get your business license. Make sure that you are checking to see if other folks are using that name or not, before you register your business, because that's kind of important. You want to make sure that you've got a name out there that people are going to be able to find, be able to recognize, and go from there. Oh, you're so pretty. Thank you. Um, so, branding, your name, right? What's your name? What does it mean? Um, where does it come from? Does it tell people who you are, what you're doing? And so, probably people are like, BzyPeach, what the heck does that have to do with your right? So, I've had to build up over time people understanding that when you hear BzyPeach, that means cotton and plant-based yarns. Where did the name come from for me? For me, the name came from when you log in, you got to create all these different names, right? Different login names, all of that stuff. So that's where it came from, right? And I was like, I don't know. One day I was just like busy, right? Because I stay busy, 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 busy all the time, keeping things together, living life, being a mom, being an employee, being a business owner, being a homeowner. Life is just busy, and sometimes I'm unnecessarily busy. Sometimes I don't want to be busy, but you just have to do it anyway. But yeah, I'm just stay busy. I usually don't let grass grow under my feet on a lot of things unless the anxiety kicks me in the butt and has me delay. Um, and so, um, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for the wishes and wishing me a good day. Thank you so much. So um busy, right? That's and so I figured BZY, that's a cute way to say it, busy, right? Peach. Well, so what's in a peach? Like, why peach? Okay, so first of all, if y'all don't know, one, it's my favorite color. It started to become my favorite color because I found whenever I wore it, I kind of had a little bit of a glow. I was getting more compliments. That felt good. I was paying attention. I was like, okay, um, let's do a little more of this because I think it works well. So thank you. So let's keep doing that. All right. So peach became my favorite color. Now I also love peach flavored things. I also love peach scented items. So peach is just the thing, right? For me. Makes me happy. When I see it, when I smell it, when I eat it, etc. So um when you look up peach, right? Obviously it's a fruit. It's a fuzzy stone fruit. Tastes delicious. The peach icon emoji is used for other things on the internet. But hey, it is what it is. Um, but it also means a beautiful person, right? So you may have been watching a movie and you hear someone say, "Oh, she's a peach," or "Oh, what a peach," right? Usually means a beautiful person, someone who is not just beautiful in my interpretation, beautiful on the outside, but beautiful on the inside, right? And so I'm trying to be a peach, right? I have a peachy personality. I try to, right? Um, I try to. So I absolutely love being peachy, right? There was that saying back in, I don't know, was it in the 90s when we were coming up? When I was coming up, be peachy, just peachy. How are you? Just peachy? Absolutely. So that's it. So that's where my name came from. And so to me, it represents me and who I am. And so that carries over into the business, right? What I do with the business, etc. So I've had to work to um make sure that when people hear and see Busy Peach that they associate it um with cotton yarn, tencel yarn, and all of those things. And also the Saturday morning shenanigans. So you're going to see that I've got in my branding things that are peach, things that are green, a little bit of brown, because those are my three primary colors for my brand. And so I talk about that in the 15-page booklet. I'm not going to give it all to you here because you know sorry y'all, I'm reading the comments. I find kind of funny. um so I I will have to stop reading the comments for a second because oh my goodness. Um So find the 15-page workbook is on my website, busypeach.com. And in it, it's a workbook, right? It's a PowerPoint workbook, and it's going to help you walk through what I think are important steps when you want to consider your brand. So I'll give you just a little preview. We were talking about colors, right? And I've got my laptop and my iPad over here. So bear with me as I kind of look around and get things together. Boy, y'all are keeping the mods on their toes. Listen. Um, um, okay, so you in there you'll learn about colors, right? How to pick colors, how to talk about your color story, right? Um, and I'll give you this little bit for free, and then the rest of it you're just gonna have to pay for it to get it, right? Um, you think you got it now? Yes. Color is so important. You're right, Stacy. Absolutely. Stacy from Strands Fiber Arts Fashion. She's going to be one of our guests coming up in the very near future. So we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. But color is very important. So in the brand workbook, there's a section called Color Story, and in it, I've given you some tools to help you understand how to keep your color consistent. So, in other words, when you are posting stuff online, when you're in a tool like Canva and creating promotions or digital art, your logo, all of those things, it's important to keep your colors as consistent as possible, right? Colors help catch the eyes of people. Absolutely, it sure does. And you can even get into color theory, like what does green mean? What does peach mean? What type of feelings or emotions does it evoke? So, if you guys want, we can look into what it means with my brand, and why I was like, oh, okay, that works for me. But within the brand workbook, you'll get a link to a website that gives you how to convert your colors. So you need to make sure that once you decide on what your colors are going to be for your brand, how to keep them consistent across different platforms. So, how do I keep my brand color consistent when I'm in Canva and working up a promotional spot or something that I want to print? How do I make sure that my color, my peach color, is represented appropriately when I get something printed? For example, I don't know that I have anything here with. Oh yeah, I do. A lot of times when you get stuff printed, you're kind of uploading your own artwork. So I had a little thank you sign that I had printed, or it was a big sticker that went on my boxes. And you want to make sure that this peach is the same as that peach, right? Is the same as this peach. So how do you do that? Well, right. Yes, Stacy. RGB and CMYK. So I didn't know what CMYK was before I got into this business, before I started my fiber arts business. I knew what RGB is, right? So in the comments, do y'all know what RGB is? What is an RGB code? When you're on your computer and you are selecting colors, let's say you're doing an image or a graphic, and you go into to pick a color for your text or for an image, then it is the code that picks from the red, green, and blue shades to mix and make your color digitally, right? So red, green, and blue values, that's what RGB stands for. So I'm gonna pull something up real quick. I'll show you one page really quickly, and then this might help you understand why you want to go ahead and buy this brand book. So, see that image right there? That may look familiar depending on what you're in, right? And so, this is going to tell you the values for those three colors, right? So, in other words, how much red or what shades of red those values are there, right? Green and blue. So, for my particular brand, I know that for red, I need a certain number, for green, I need a certain number, and for blue, I need a certain number. And that's great because then, boom, when I'm in a like PowerPoint or Word or Excel, I can just pick those three values and I know that my peach is my peach, right? Okay, perfect. But then why else would I need to convert? If I know those three numbers, what difference does it make? I mean, it makes a difference because, hey, mods, if they're asking genuine questions, let them hang out. But yeah, if it gets weird, definitely time the person out. I appreciate that. Thank you. Y'all are on it. Um, so um why do I need to convert? If I know the RGB, why do I need to convert? Okay, well, look, Canva. When I go into Canva, I love Canva. If you're not using Canva, use Canva. Canva is it. I love it. I love it. Maybe we can get a brand thing. Maybe we can get an affiliate thing going with them. I'm just saying, Canva. Are y'all listening? Send this to them. Let them know. So so when you go to Canva and you're picking colors in Canva, it doesn't ask you for the RGB code, it asks you for the hex code. Um, Hexadecimal color values. What in the world, right? So in this case, your hex code is a 6-digit code that will render that same color in that different tool. So, for example, let's see. What I've got up here, let's see, what do I have? All right, let me pick a color. I'm going to pick a color. Hold on one second. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm going to pick a color and we're going to dive. We're going to do a quick dive into that. And then the rest of it, you have to get from the brand book workbook. You have to get it from the brand book workbook. And it's right now it's on sale. So it's only $10. It's normally $15. So you can go get it this weekend. Okay, so hex code. Let's say I know that I want a classic blue color, right? So when I go to the website that I have linked in the brand book, you can type in the word blue in the search and it's going to give you codes. It's going to give you the RGB code for a basic blue, right? So a basic blue, classic blue, your red value is going to be 0, your green value is going to be 0, and your blue value is going to be 255. Kind of makes sense, right? And so then if I want to use that same blue that I use in PowerPoint, but I want to use it in Canva and make sure it's the same blue and it looks the same, then I've got to turn it into a hex code. And so what do I do with that? Okay, so if I go to this website, again, it's in the brand workbook, go to this website, I can type in the name or I can type in the RGB code. It will then turn around and give me the hex code. So for this classic blue, the hex code then is 0000FF, right? So it gives me the 6-digit code to give me that same blue, right? It's a way to keep everything standard. Now, Stacy mentioned a color code that I wasn't familiar with, CMYK. And, initially when I saw that, it came up because I was ordering pins, right? Before I, got in tough with Channy, I had found a place to order, to make a BzyPeach pin. And maybe I need to bring those back. I don't know. Y'all have to let me know if y'all want a BzyPeach enamel pin again. But I had a pin and they wanted to know the CMYK code. And I'm like, what is that? So I had to go to my trusty friend, Google, and look it up. And so Stacy said it a little bit before, right? CMYK is just an abbreviation. Cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, right? Well, what is cyan? Cyan's kind of like a bluish color, right? Magenta, yellow, and black. And so CMYKs give you, thank you, Stacy, exactly. CMYK is for 4-color printing. It helps your printers who are doing, it could be enamel, it could be on coated canvas, like for a banner or plastic. It could be on things like marketing tools, so like brochures, business cards, stuff like that, right? So it is, Stacey, you're on point. CMYK is for 4-color printing. So again, we were talking about a classic blue, right? So RGB code of classic blue is 0,0,255. The hex code for that is 0000FF, right? And then, okay, well, what's the CMYK? If I'm getting something printed with a classic blue, I'm going to tell that printer 100, 100, 0, 0. And so what that does is it's telling them how much cyan, how much magenta, and really you don't need to include any green or blue, yellow or black, right? So that's the way it works. So I know that was a whole deep dive and technical thing about color. And if you're just popping in, you're probably like, why are we talking about that? Because we're talking about branding and it's important to keep your branding consistent. So for me, that peach, like I know my RGB code, my hex code, like because I've been doing this for a while, 5 years now, I know them by heart, right? I can rattle them off. If I'm on the fly and I'm ordering something or making something, I can type in my codes and I'm good to go. And that way I know that my peach is gonna be my peach, is gonna be my peach, right? So there we go. You also need to make sure printers get maintenance and calibrated regularly. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So if you're printing from home, that's definitely important. So make sure that when you're printing from home, that your home computer, like your HP, your Canon, your desktop printer, make sure that you keep your ink levels and all that stuff together, and make sure that it's printing appropriately to keep your colors on point. Starts looking wonky, maintain it. So, that's one deep dive into branding, right? That's one thing. Keep your branding consistent because, listen, it may not always make sense, but let me tell you, I'll pop up in my Instagram messages. Excuse me, my lips a little dry. And somebody would have messaged me and they were like, hey, I was at the grocery store and I saw some peaches and thought about you. And so then I want their next thought to be, and I need to go ahead and get some cotton yarn because I've been meaning to make a cute summer top. And although it's February, summer's going to be here soon. So let me go ahead to Busy Peach's website and order some of that cotton or tinsel because da da da, right? That's what I want to happen. My besties, my fiber besties that are out there, for example, Roz, I think she's in the comments. Roz, did I see you out here? She was somewhere, I can't remember where, and she saw, look at this, it's so cute. She saw this neon sign as a neon peach. So she just picked it up like how sweet was that, right? So that is a Saturday morning shenanigans staple because the branding. All right, so branding questions, let me know. There is so much more in the workbook. So if you haven't gotten the workbook, you need to get the workbook. It's $10. It's 15 pages. It's going to help you walk through some things that I feel are important. So you're going to talk about color story. The first couple of slides are going to give you some instructions on how to get started, and uh, really boil down the basics about your business, like who you are, what you're trying to present, what you represent, what's the personality for the business, what's your story. A lot of times people want to know how you get started, or you may be at the point that you need to speak either as a business owner or as a crafter, a hobbyist, an artist, whatever has brought you to this space, and you need a bio. You need to be able to have people know what to say when they introduce you. Sometimes you want to really make sure that you give them, enough info. If they're not that familiar with you, you want to make sure that they've got info and that they're representing you how you want to be represented. And so that's what your brand does. That's what your brand does. It helps to refine how you're presenting yourself out there. Consistency is key. Yes, girl, consistency is key. And so we talked about that a little bit last week about the name. So as you're looking to start your business and you pick a name for your business, make sure that wherever you are, it's the same. So right now, if you were to go to Tumblr and type in Busy Peach, you would find me there. If you were to go to Spill or Instagram or YouTube, which is where we are now, TikTok, etc., and you type in Busy Peach, you'll find me. You're going to find my account. The hashtag, I use that. I always use that as my hashtag. So yes, hey, what's up, Willy Nilly Knits? Actually, going to talk about you in a little bit. So if you want to come on, let me know, and I'll text you the link if you want to pop on as a special guest. So yes. Oh, I look like a princess. Thank you. I'll take that. so, um, so yeah, so branding, go ahead and get the Busy Brand Workbook. It's $10. BzyPeach.com, right? BzyPeach.com. And that's where you can find it. And this is not just for fiber artists. It can work for any other business. That's the slant, right? Because that's what I do. But this can be applied to any other small business. So if you have a friend that you know wants to start a candle making business, or is into like paper quilling and sending greeting cards, or anything like that, they can use this. So um so send your friends over. It's only $10. I think you'll get something out of it. And so I'm looking for feedback for folks who've already bought it. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to change and include, whatever the case may be. All right. Okay. So branding, that's it. Y'all got any questions about branding? Anything that you want to know there? Oh, Willie, you're out there playing hooky. Your head's on a swivel. I hear you. I hear you, friend. Oh my goodness. So, um, we're going to pivot from branding to the next topic, which is patterns. Um, Patterns. There's a lot to say about patterns. Um, we're going to talk a little bit today about ones that I have available, right? So I decided that coming live over here on YouTube each week, we're going to do a pattern of the week. And for that, I want to make sure that for pattern of the week, we have um, one that's for crochet and one that's for knit, right? Yes, Sheila, absolutely. Um, Willy Nilly Knits has a pattern that he just released, which I think is super cool. And I may have to get one of my sample knitters to make this up. Um, she he it's called the Whipper Slipper, I believe is right. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. So yes. Um, let me know if I'm wrong, but I think that's correct, right? The Whipper Slipper. And so go check that out, right? But today we're actually gonna talk about another one of his patterns. He did 2 patterns for me, which is absolutely amazing. So and for those of you that are in the chat and have experienced a loss, I am so sorry. I do know that that is something that happens. But I hope that being over here on this page today, you will get something that will help uplift you and brighten your day. So um, all right. So, Ola Joe, did you got the pattern? You got it? Okay. All right. Sheila, I know, has made one. So let's go ahead and dive right into the first pattern we're going to talk about. And there is actually two, the Broadway beanie and Jerry's Moods, right? So let me grab this one. Oh, as I almost knock everything over. See, that's why we call it Shenanigans, because it's not always going to be perfect. So this design, Willie created this for me, and gifted me the pattern. And so, one, that's huge, because for anybody that's written a pattern, the work that goes into it. You've got to work it up, you have to do samples, you have to have testers, you've got to actually write it. um, Sometimes you have to have it tech edited, etc. So this one is called the Broadway beanie. It was a pattern that I commissioned from Willy Nilly Knits. He designed it. It's an official Busy Peach Willy Nilly Knits collab project. This one came after this one. So if you have been buying my holiday boxes, oh gosh, what was this? Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? I did a holiday box based on the movie Jingle Jangle. And remember in the movie Jeronicus Jangle, he had He started off at the beginning with a particular coat on, and it was bright and vibrant. And as you saw him in the opening scenes dancing at the beginning of the movie, as he was designing, and I'm trying not to give spoilers away. His coat, it was bright, it was colorful, it was plaid. So these were the colors that were in it. And then over time throughout the movie, there were some things that happened. And so if you haven't watched the movie, go and watch it. It's really good. Even though it's a Christmas movie, it's available. You can watch it anytime. But over time, there's some things that happen in life. Like many of us, things happen, people leave us, things, we lose connection. Sometimes we withdraw within ourselves, and his moods kind of change. And so over time, so did so because it represents that, so maybe if you're kind of feeling like a little soft moody moment, you can do the more pastel soft side. If you're feeling a little bright, a little fiery, a little popping, got your energy rocking and rolling, then you can go ahead and flip it over. Boom, there you go. And I absolutely love it. So you can style it in so many different ways, right? You can flip it up like this. You can definitely slouch it, right? So you can wear it with a little bit of a slouch. There are lots of different ways to kind of style a hat. Y'all know I love a good, we're going to lean it to the side, make it a little sassy, right? So there are lots of ways that you can style it. And so this is amazing. It's a great pattern. Back in the day in Richmond, look, the fellas used to roll them up and wear them like that. you know, if you're feeling moody, you can absolutely bring it down and just hide, do your thing, right? So this is Jerry's Moods. This is available on my website, right? BzyPeach.com. I don't think I have it on Ravelry yet, but I'll look to upload it today if I don't. So hold on, let me make a note to upload Jerry's beanie to Rav. Because I don't think this one is out there. Now, what's the difference? What is the difference? Send you the link, you'll come. Say less. As my favorite podcaster say. Save less, save less. All right, hold on, Willie. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna text it to you. And then you can just click and join. So hold on 1 second. I gotta find you in my text chain here. Okay, so there we go. Y'all, the energy is about to go to like 1,000. So hang on. Okay. So what's the difference, right? What this one's Jerry's Moods, this one is Broadway Beanie. All right, so this one is the Broadway Beanie. Willie, again, I said, hey, I love the hat, but I need it in a different uh different base. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you, Auntie. How you doing?
Good. Okay, you're frozen for me. Make sure your camera good. I see you like this, but no movement. I
Uh-oh.
I hear you.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Uh-oh. Yo, I think y- are you where I think you are?
You know where I'm at.
Oh,
I
he's
have a
not
cot
frozen?
here.
Okay, so you're not frozen for the people. So we're going to keep on going.
Okay,
Listen.
we're
This
good.
you know how the shenanigans do. So
Yes.
I'm hold on. Let me go. Listen. I got you up on my other computer. On my I got my laptop. There we go. I can see you moving now. It's gonna be a little bit of delay, but I can see
That's
you
all
moving.
right.
Okay. So so we got two, right? You did two. You did the Broadway beanie for me and
I sure
Jerry's beanie.
did. I sure did.
Like, how amazing, first of all, friend, right? Before I even met you in person, right? You gifted me 2 patterns. I mean, like, that's amazing. And I still want to like pay you for them. So, you know, if it's in yarn, if it's in whatever, let me know. I'm gonna be paying off these for a
You
while.
know I got you. You know what I'm saying? You just take care of you first. You take care of these people. I know whatever's coming to me gonna come around to me in some kind of form or another. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all
Yes, for sure.
right.
But yeah, so I hit you up and I was like, hey, I love the first one. Okay, so this one is made out of cotton and tencel, right? So it's a little bit softer. It's got a little bit more play, a little bit more drape, right?
Yes. So let's talk about those things because I ran into a little bit of a challenge with the jingle jangle joint. Um Tencel Tencel doesn't behave the same way as cotton
It
does.
does
All
not.
right. It literally feels it has behavior like silk, right? The
Hmm.
play that you're getting a lot with that is the cotton. The cotton is doing a lot of that play. The drape, the tinsel is really helping out with the drape. It really contributes to the drape,
Right.
the movement of that joint, right? But
Yes.
so in the pattern, if you get that pattern, you're gonna see when you're doing the tencel side, you're
Yep.
using different needles, you're using a different hook, you're using all of those different things. With the cotton, it's gonna be a little bit bigger because if you looked at it from the diameter wise, it's a bigger, wider fiber than
Hmm.
tencel is, right?
Right.
It takes in water differently. It has just a different way of being about it. You can see in there like the tencel is like deep into those grooves, right? Because you need a smaller needle. So when you do all of that, that way everything looks better. So when I went to the tencel side, I was like, I know what's going on now. So it's gonna be all
Yes.
right. We learned that. So that's what you want to do. So like it's definitely a good way to marry knitting and crochet just to really enhance your skills because that's part of my vision is helping people make what they want.
Yes.
And you do that through skill set. That's what it's
Yes.
about. So that,
Absolutely.
that's where we came off with that one.
Oh, absolutely. And it's amazing. And the construction of it is great. We're not gonna tell you too much because you gotta buy the pattern, right? Because we could give it away, but we're not gonna do that. We're selling this thing. So buy the
Yes,
pattern.
yes,
But
yes.
then, right, I was going to VKL. I was like, oh, I think that this would be great in my new base. This is 50% cotton, 50% wool. And I was like, hey, can we do this and that? And you were like, what? What did you tell me? You were like, let me see, right? So you had to do something different. Why did you have to work this differently?
That's the main thing. And because it was also working with a variegated kind of yarn, so I didn't want certain colors to like just go and look like they just go into nothing and just like disappear because it's gonna run into the same.
But I did. Like I oh, did we lose him?
I don't know. I'm right
Oh,
here.
there you go.
Yeah, and that's why I had told her, and I was
Oh, I can't hear you, Willie. Did y'all lose him? Can y'all still hear Willie? I can't hear him. Uh-oh. I think we got an
oh,
unstable connection. I think he's back. Are you back?
talk about. I'll talk about this one, and I'm gonna get up out of here. But the reason why we had to talk about that, like I said, it was gonna go like fly on into the oblivion, and it wasn't gonna like make a full on vertical thing. So I had to stop and I had to talk to you about that. And be like, hey, I'm gonna run into this.
Right.
What do you think? So if you see
Right.
like something like the peach parts, it kind of like blends into the main piece of it. So
Right.
I got the contrast on both sides. That's
And
what you're
I
saying.
love that. That I was like, go for it because to me that just adds a little character. It makes it just a little different. It's like, oh, like what's going on here?
Right, right. So me doing that and like, she was like, well, you know what, it adds some character to it. Go ahead and do it anyway. And I was like, bet, I'm on it. Let's get it. And I got it done.
Yes. Okay, so these are the two knit patterns that we're going to feature for this week. This is the pattern of the week. It's Jerry's Moose, Jerry's beanie, and the Broadway beanie. Um, ne- nephew, I took on the challenge of working on a crocheted version of this.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to get your thoughts. It's still in the works. It's my whip. It's not going to be a perpetual whip though.
Good. Okay. Okay. For sure, for sure. So
So
yeah, and when you go up, so when you go up for the verticals, what are you planning on doing with the verticals?
yeah, so the verticals are leaning. And so why is that? It's crochet. I did the
Yeah.
knit stitch in crochet, but with the knit stitch in crochet, it doesn't give you straight verticals. So
Yeah, that is true.
I'm gonna let it lean. I'm gonna let it do what it's gonna do. And we're gonna call it the Peachtree Beanie. It's just gonna be a little bit sassy. It's just
Nothing
gonna have
wrong
a
with
little bit
that.
of a
So for those verticals, when you start going up into them, like I see that you have like a thing. So how'd you do that? How did you make that depression? Oh, okay.
I
You can't
listen.
tell me
I can't tell
because
you
that's
yet. I can't
interesting.
tell
That's
you yet
interesting that you did that.
because the pattern's not out yet, right? So I have
You're
to,
right. You're right. You're right.
yeah, because listen, somebody will come through and scoop it like, boop.
You
Oh, I
ain't
can do
lying.
that.
You ain't lying. So like you can already see, like I'm already asking the questions that people are gonna be asking. You're right. You're right. Because that's the first thing I saw. I was like, how in the world did she do
Yes.
that?
But it's going to be just like yours. It's going to be reversible.
Absolutely. It should be. If it's gonna be a crochet version, it's gotta be a crochet version through and through.
Yeah. So you're going to be able to reverse it and you're going to have,
Nice.
yeah.
Get it.
The teacher is becoming the student.
And
What
back and
else?
forth. It's a yin and
Look, what
yang.
else is going on over there up north? How's it going up there?
Oh, it's going great. I mean, I'm plenty busy. I'm working on my own projects. I'm working with my partners that I've acquired, and just making sure that I'm staying steadfast to the vision, right? Like I tell all people that I have, I'm working in the YouTube just like you're working in the YouTube. Your boy probably got like an internet connection service, at the house. So I'm really stepping the thing up. You know what I mean? That's just another monthly bill to pop on there. So
Yes.
something must be going right to absorb that, right? So that's
Yeah.
going okay. Upgrading my, my workspace, my workflow, just really just
Yes.
getting into those things, So when you see me doing a live on YouTube, what I'm saying, you'll start to see my little space and how everything is going with that, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay, so
twenty 24.
you have your YouTube set up already? How do we find you on YouTube?
Oh, I'm just willy nilly knit. So it's willy nilly and then knits. So go ahead and holla at your boy. I just threw up a video when I went to Joanne, and I guess somebody recognized me from there, and they act like they didn't want to say hi, so I went and bomb rushed them.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
What?
like
Hold on. Were they doing like the little celebrity peak? Like, I think that's her.
for real, because you've been in Joanne's, right? You know how they got the sewing section.
Yes.
With all the sewing machines, I literally because I was looking for some felt stuff because I was like teaching my son and how to felt and things, and I'm zipping around the store like 4 or 5 times. So I must have lapped these folks 4 or 5 times. They didn't say a thing to me. I get all the way to the checkout with all my bags and all this yarn and everything, because they have some sales. I ain't above it. I ain't above it. You see in the video, I ain't above it. I use coupons and everything too. Don't play.
Hello.
And then he was like, "Well, hey, are you the guy that runs like a knitting business?" I was like, "Sure." He's like, "Yeah, there's some folks up there that didn't want to say anything. They were like, oh my God, that's really him. This and that." I was like, "Find them. Show me where they at. Let's go get them right now. Let's go."
Yes.
Right? You know what I
Yes.
mean? And like, we took pictures and everything. I'm still waiting for the pictures to post or whatever they did it. But
I
I
love
had
it.
to do that. You know what I mean? I need to let people know I'm the same guy, like on and off the camera. Like I'm still me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, because I'm not like people are like, oh yeah, you're famous. I was like, then why am I still wearing the 9 to 5? So why? Tell me. But it'll definitely be out there. But like you can't lose the person that you are
Right.
to get here. You know what I mean? Like that
Right.
person never leaves. I carry him with me because he got me here. So
Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
still the same guy, willy nilly knit.
Okay. So real quick, we both are representing.
Stay
What-
representing. You see the
did you
yeah.
catch the part on branding?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You are the goat at branding too, right?
Oh, the goat! Don't do me like that with the goat.
Right? So listen, y'all, listen, do a deep dive on Willy Nilly Knits. Go to his page, go to his Instagram, go to his YouTube. Follow in all the places, first of all. But look, he's consistent with it also, right? So when you go to the different platforms and type in his name, you're gonna find him. I think TikTok is a little bit different though. But
Black Miss Frizzle. Yes, I'm a little different. Black Miss Frizzle. That's me.
I still love it though. Okay, but you'll be able to find him. When you get there, you're going to see that logo. You're going to see that brand. You're going to see that font. We didn't talk about that, but that's in the brand workbook. Willie, I don't know if you noticed, if you saw, but I published a brand workbook. So it's a
Ooh,
PowerPoint that people can download and work
okay.
through their branding to make sure that they are consistent on certain things.
Yes, and you're definitely great at making sure those little details are there. So send me some info so I can share it on my platform.
Okay.
I'll
I'm
hook it
gonna
up.
send
You
it.
know, you know I'm gonna hook it up ASAP.
I'm
I
gonna
get it
I'm gonna
today.
send
It's
you.
posted today.
I'm gonna send you a free version first, so you can peruse it and make sure like you good, it works for you, and I got you with the link, and then absolutely share it all. Yeah, but I love it because you've got your colors right. Like I know your colors: black, white, purple.
Black, white. I'm neutral guy. Black, white, gray, purple. You know, color royalty. We gotta
Hmm.
represent. I gotta feel it. Anytime I'm not doing the work thing, it's willy nilly time all the time.
Right? Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm so glad that you popped on. Can you hang out for a little while, or you got to get back to like what you?
I gotta go.
Okay.
So I'll holler at y'all.
Because you know
You
we can
folks
talk
take
for
care.
like another hour, right? Y'all know this,
Easily,
right?
easily, without even trying. Without
Yeah.
even trying.
All right, listen, have a fabulous Saturday. Get into your own shenanigans. Because you know what? If you're rocking with Willie Lynch, you got to know we out here. So follow
We
your boy.
out here, yeah. Ooh. All right, you folks
Yes.
take care.
All right. Thank you,
Bye.
Willie. I'm so glad you popped on. So, like, this is amazing. This and I love the fact again with shenanigans. That's kind of how we did it originally. Is people would just pop in. So it's a little different with YouTube, but if I know that we can get you added in and we're familiar with who you are and what you want to talk about, we'll add you in. Now we're not bringing anybody in to be crazy. Like we're not going to do rude and disrespectful stuff over here. So um I gotta kind of have an idea who you are and we're gonna bring you in, right? But these are your two knit patterns, Jerry's beanies, Broadway beanie, available for purchase on BzyPeach.com, right? Okay, so next thing is crochet. Where are all my crocheters, right? Where are all my crocheters? I see, and I may not be able to pronounce that right. Delia, right? What would you like to chat about? Give me an idea what you want to chat about in the comments, and then we'll see if we can bring you on or not. Um, all right, so where are my crocheters? Can I get some hearts? Can I get some love? Can I get some thumbs up? Can I get some emojis? Where are all my crocheters, right? Because one of the things as a crocheter, y'all know, we're like, okay, oh, another knit pattern. That's great. I'm working on the crochet version for us, right? I'm working on the crochet version for us. And I already have some, right? Now, question for you. Who wants a free pattern today? Who wants a free pattern today? Okay. So if you want a free pattern today, you're gonna get a free pattern today. But first, there's some that there's one that you need to buy. You definitely need to buy. So this one, and I'm gonna have to find it on Rev real quick. Um, was done by Roz Crochet Rose. Oh, look at that. I love all the crochet love. I crochet. I love crochet. Absolutely. Y'all know I'm going to crochet until I can't crochet anymore. And hopefully that'll be never. Because I love to crochet. And there is so much to do in crochet that you know it is what it is. Um, I'm not gonna get to the end of it, right? So yes. Oh, you want a free pattern? Okay, I got you on a free pattern. All right. So um, let's talk about the crochet patterns though. This one here at the top, I fell in love with. Our favorite fiber friend, Roz, she did a pattern for well, she created a pattern called the Rose Wrap. And it is a beautiful. It's beautiful. We then ended up doing a separate pattern, which ended up being a hat slash cow for that same rose collection, right? So give me 2 seconds and I'm going to where are my favorites? I gotta find my favorites. I gotta get used to multitasking on different devices while I'm over here. So, um, yes. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Listen, so there's a little bit of support. It looks like mic drop sports. Okay. Whoa, I can't get back to it. Okay, well, anyway, it was a little bit of encouragement. Someone was saying it's hard to get likes and stuff over here, but thank you for the encouragement. Appreciate that. Um, but let's see. Let me pull up my I'm gonna pull up my favorites. Now I know everybody is not a Ravelry fan. Some people do, some people love it, some people can't use it, and that's perfectly fine. But this is available if you go over to Instagram. Her Instagram handle is Crochet Rose, CrochetRoze, Crochet Rose, and she's got the Peach Bellini cow slash hat. Y'all, so we're gonna start off with it as a hat, but let's say, like here in Georgia, gets a little warm, and you want to go ahead and take this off. You can take this off and rock it as a cowl. Boom. What? Now, I like doing it the opposite way so that I've got the color at the top and it kind of falls a little differently. Get my glasses back on so I can see myself, right? But how dope is this? Y'all go get this pattern from Ross. It's the Peach Bellini cow. It's part of the Rose collection. Yes. Izzy, girl, I owe you. Listen, Izzy, you, you and Sheila are on it today. So what and I'll get to that in a minute. We'll talk about guests and we'll talk about mods at the end. So y'all just remind me. This is a 3. This is it done in no. This one, you can do it actually in any weight, but this one is in my Pima Cotton Aran weight. I've also done it in the DK weight. So the Aran weight is a 4. It's a light 4 Pima Cotton Aran weight. Also in Pima Cotton DK. And let me tell you, I love this thing. Like I mean, it's beautiful. It's great. It's multifunctional. Listen, but all of these patterns so far, right? The beanies and the Peach Bellini, you get more than one thing out of that pattern. So you're getting more than your money's worth. Yes, it is crochet, Izzy. Mm-hmm. It's crochet. If it happens to get a little chilly, you can pull it up, rock the cowl. Yes, Izzy, I can see you doing this. You can work it in my DK. I don't know if you have any of my Aran weight, but you can rock it in my DK. So the cool thing is that sorry, when you wear it as a cowl, you can kind of cinch it closer to your neck. But if you decide, okay, yeah, it's a cowl now, but I want to wear it as a beanie, boom, you're gonna pop that, and then I'm gonna give y'all a little tip for the drawstring. Look at that, boom. What do y'all think? I think y'all need to get it. The Peach Bellini cow. Okay, so look, real tip. I love stuff. Did I say I like matchy matchy? I think I did. I said that earlier, right? I think I said matchy matchy earlier. Um, so Izzy, for being on it as a mod today, if you want this, let me know. I will buy and send you a copy of this one. Plus some other things. So you just let me know what you want because you are on it with the block button. Izzy's over there like block, block, hold, pause. Love it. Roz, yes, you're on there too. Oh yeah, you can add a detachable pom pom to it. Absolutely. Oh, I think I have. Oh, I do. I have a pom pom. Hold on. So you can add a pom pom to it. So hold on, real quick. Let's do that. I didn't know I was going to need to do that, but listen. So you can always get you a pom-pom, right? This one happens to match. And what you can do is pull one one string through, take the other one, pull that through, and then when you flip it inside out, you can just tie it. Don't tie it in a knot, tie it in a bow. Again, hence removable. And now you have a pom-pom beanie. Okay, I was doing it kind of quick, so it sits a little funny. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Boom. Oh, look at how cute that is. Roz, you're so right. So Roz is over here, Rosalind Bailey, Crochet Rose. I didn't even think about the pom-pom. Girl, this is cute. I'll be walking around with this today. And it's cotton, so you can it's gonna keep you warm, it'll keep you cool, it's gonna do a little bit of all, it's gonna do all the things. So absolutely. So yep. All right. So there we go. So go get this. This is your crochet version. All right, now last one. Who wants a free one? Who wants a free pattern? We're going to talk through this. So this is going to be available to view. Okay. Obviously, I saved the lives and published them. But this one is a quick and easy granny square beanie, right? Wait, is the pattern live? I'm not finding it. Okay, hold on. Roz, let me know. Hold on. Let me find. Hold on. Let's see. Roz, do you have the pattern in your link tree or on Rav? I don't recall. I'm looking now. Hang on a second while I pull it up on my little trusty dusty laptop over here. Okay, Roz. Do. Okay, hang on. All right, I see the rose wrap. Okay, so if you go to Ravelry, you can find this at, it's the Peach Bellini Cow. Sorry, wrong thing. It's called the Peach Bellini Cow. Even though it is a cow and a hat, it's called the Peach Bellini Cow, and it's under Rosalind Bailey. Okay. Her username on Ravelry is Crochet Rose 718. And so that is CROCHETROZE 718. Go to her patterns and you will see the pattern for the Peach Bellini Cow as well as the Rose Wrap. Okay. The Peach Bellini Cow, this is only $3. So quick and easy. It's a lot of fun to make. It has a great rhythm to it. And then you can also buy from her the coordinating wrap, the rose wrap. I don't have it accessible, but I have one that's in the matching colors. And let me tell you, it's great. It's great. The rose wrap is also available, and she's got it on a discount now for $3. I don't know if she's keeping it at that price for now, but y'all, two crochet patterns that you can get $3 each, and then it's so many different functions for this as well as the rose wrap. So with this one for $3, you can get the beanie, you can get the cow, you can get a beanie with the pom pom. Well, you gotta have your own pom pom. Okay. But it like just so many things. So yes, it's on Ravelry. Um, yeah, yeah, absolutely. So you can go there and find that. Absolutely, absolutely. Roz, are you gonna put it on your other let me see. We'll see if maybe I can convince her. I don't know what her schedule looks like. Maybe we can convince her to put it on her pay up. Um to for those folks that can't use Ravelry. So let's see if we can do that. So we'll see. And if you need help with that, Roz, let me know. I got you. Since I just volunteered you to do that, I didn't ask you first. So go ahead and get it today, right? Because I don't know if she's gonna keep it at that price because they are definitely worth a lot more than that. Okay, so look, let me give y'all a little tip. I love matchy matchy, right? So I've got my little cute colors that I picked here. You can pick whatever colors you want for the pattern. A lot of people did it in solid, but my rose wrap I made in a couple of different colors, so I went ahead and used this. So look what I did on the ends, y'all. So the drawstring for the Peach Bellini cow, it's just a crochet chain. And so you just crochet, a chain. I pull mine super tight so that it's not loose and wonky. I love doing it, like when you crochet and pull. So it's really nice and tight. But I wanted the ends to, I didn't want to put a knot on the ends or just have it just be plain. So look, this is what I did. When I knotted it and then I cut off the end, I then covered it in fingernail polish so that they would match the colors as close as possible. Look at that. Matchy matchy. Y'all know I love a good matchy matchy moment. Um, you need to practice Tunisian crochet to make the rose wrap. Um, yes, but you don't need a Tunisian hook to do the rose wrap or the peach bellini. You do it with a regular crochet hook. Um, I'm gonna say something, and I hope this doesn't, you know, cause a problem in the crochet world. But I love the look of Tunisian. I just don't like doing it. I don't like working a full product in a full pattern in Tunisian. Yes, that's right. It's a good Tunisian gateway pattern because you're using your regular hook. Now, for me, it's a tactile issue. So with this, I absolutely love doing it because I could use my regular hook. The way that I hold my hook, I did not feel the yarn in my hand. I felt the actual hook in my hand. So I absolutely loved it. And so you're for the Tunisian part of it, it's really not that um it's not too much where you can do it. You got it. If you've never tried Tunisian, it's perfect. Give it a try. Yeah, it's not that hard to do. There's enough of it just at the edging, and it gives it just a beautiful ribbing. I absolutely love it. And you can do it with a regular hook, so you don't need a Tunisian crochet hook in order to do the Bellini or the wrap. Okay, what did I do? Okay, free pattern. Y'all up for a free pattern? Give me some hearts. Give me some love. Give me some comments. Give me some emojis. All right, so granny squares are still in, right? Oh, yes, Izzy, it's a challenge. But for real though, like, don't go and buy it. I'm gonna buy it for you. So hit me up after the live because you have been on it today. You have been moderating your little butt off. So I'm gonna need to pay you. Sheila too. She said even a knitter can do the rose wrap. Ah, shucks, exactly. All right, so anybody want to rock some granny squares, but don't have time to do a whole granny square shirt, sweater, whatever? Look at this. Y'all want to rock a little granny square hat? I don't think I ever named this pattern. I may have on a live because I gave away the pattern on a live. So I'm gonna give away the pattern again on this live, but I can't remember what I called it. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have to come up with a cute little hat, a cute little name. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Have y'all made a granny square? If you've made a granny square, you can make this. If you can double crochet, you can make this. So the peachy granny, that's cute. Peachy granny. Okay. So the peachy granny beanie, granny's peachy beanie, granny's peachy beanie. What do you think? Okay. I'm gonna tell you how to make it now. So you are going to find 3 of your favorite colors. At this point in time, I was feeling the peach and the gray and the cream. Okay. And you can do this in whatever repetition you want. But I'm going to tell you how I made this. Yeah, Granny's, okay, Granny's Peachy Beanie. This is what it's going to be called. Courtesy of Tasha's Life, also known as Crochet. Okay, so this is what we do. You're going to start with a granny square. You're going to make a granny square. Hold on. It's been a while since I made this, so let me count really quickly how many rounds you're going to do. 9, 10. Okay, so you're going to do about 10 rounds to make a granny square. Nothing special, nothing different. It's going to look like a square, a granny square. Now, let me tell you how I got mine tight. I did not do a chain in the middle. So this is a cluster of 3 double crochets. When you start off in the first round, you put 1 chain. Cluster of 3 double crochets, a chain, 3 double crochets, a chain. Right? So you do 4 of those to get your starting point. Connect it, bump up to the next level. All right? Now, on the next level, you're going to do, in each chain space, you're going to do 2 clusters and a chain. So you guys know how to do a granny square, get it started. But when I say that I don't use a chain in the middle, I mean in between the clusters on the rows. I use 1 chain in each corner and no chain. I have to give credit to Tanita, Broken Crafty. She hit me to that pattern to make it nice and tight, to also keep it square, so you don't end up with a wonky granny, right? So you're going to make 10 rounds. If you have, and for me, my head circumference is 23, right? 23 inches around. So you may have to adjust. If your head circumference is a little smaller, then maybe you do 9 rounds or 8 rounds, right? If it's a little larger, maybe you do 10 or so. Lisa Bulwer, do I do this professionally? I do have a business. I dye the yarn, right? So I've dyed this yarn, and I release patterns, so I sell them. So yeah, absolutely. Okay, so there we go. 10. Now, how do you then turn it into a hat? How do you turn the granny square into a hat? Once you've got your 10 rounds in this case, on the 11th round, when you get to the corner, do not put 2 clusters and a chain. So on, this is round 11 that you see here in the white. If you continue in the corner and put your a cluster, a chain, and a cluster, you're just going to keep getting a square, right? Because you're adding a cluster. And that's what makes it into a square. When you add that 1 cluster in each corner, it makes it square, it squares it out. So when you get to row 11, don't do that. Just continue along, put 1 cluster, and move on. So at this point, as you're working down the main part of the hat, you are no longer chaining anymore. Okay? That's what's going to keep it tight. That's what's going to keep you from having a whole lot of extra space and have it be too wonky. All right? So this is the magic right here. On that row 11, or again, if you're doing smaller, your row 8 or 9, or if you're doing larger, and you can make this any size you want. So once you start going down, if it's not big enough, okay, frog back a couple of rows till you get back to your square, add another square, a row in the square, and then go down. But that's the magic right there. Boom, that's it. Okay. And so then you have equal number of clusters going around. That's what makes it go down into the hat. The edge, once I got to the end here and I wanted to put a little bit of a ribbed edging on it, I did double crochet again, front post, back post. So after the last row, I bumped up and did another row here, and I did back post, front post, front post, back post, front post, front post. So there we go. And I did 2 rounds of that. So you can make your ribbing as deep as you want or as narrow as you want. In this case, I only did, let's see, how many rows did I do? I did 2 rows. Okay. So there you go. What size hook was that for the beanie? All right. So for me, this yarn is my 100% Pima Cotton DK. And so for this one, I used a size G hook. Okay. Size G. So for this, so this is Busy Peach, 100% Pima Cotton, DK weight, size 3. And I use a size G hook. Okay. And the colorways that I used here is my signature colorway, which is Belle of Georgia Peach, Polar Berry, and African Velvet Tamarind. So if you want to do that, what I did was I did 2 rounds of peach, 1 round of Polar Berry, 1 round of African Velvet Tamarind, and that was the repeat going down. So 2 peach, 1 Polar Berry, 1 African Velvet Tamarind. Or if you don't want to use the whole name, peach, 2 peach, 1 white, 1 gray. So you can use this with any yarn, but I know y'all have some of my Busy Peach yarn in your stash. Pull it out. Make you Granny's Peachy Beanie. So that's the free pattern for today. So what do y'all think? Do we want to do pattern highlights each week? I kind of like that. It was kind of fun. We talked about 1, 2, 3, 4 different patterns. I'll put them back up here. You got 1 free pattern. Can't guarantee a free one every week. I can't guarantee a free one every week, but we got a free one this week. And this is posted, so you can come back to it anytime. Like, subscribe, save it, right? And then you have the Peach Bellini cowl, which also turns into a hat. That's $3. And then $7 for the Broadway beanie, which again, you're getting 2 hats in one. And Jerry's Moose. Okay? 2 hats in one, also $7. So, what do you think? Give me some comments. Y'all like that? Y'all like the pattern of the week? If you have a pattern that you want featured on Pattern of the Week, let me know. Hit me up. Put it in the comments when this post. You can put it in the comments now. The comments should save. If they don't, just come back and comment below. You can also DM me on Instagram. Of course, you can find me on Instagram as BzyPeach, BzyPeach. All right, so those are the first 2 topics. The third one that I had picked for today was guest. So we had an impromptu guest today, which I absolutely love. Willy Nilly Knits was able to join us today. I'm so glad that he popped on. He took some time out of his busy schedule to talk about the patterns that he designed. And we have some guests coming up that are already scheduled for next week. And then I think the first week in March. So give me a hot second and I'll give you an idea of who is coming on board. If you are interested in being a Saturday Morning Shenanigans guest, let me know. Go over to my website, BzyPeach.com. On the menu, I changed the menu a little bit, y'all, trying to simplify. On the menu, you'll see Shenanigans. Click on that. You'll then be able to fill out a form, lets me know who you are, your business information, or if you are a hobbyist, that's perfectly fine too. You don't have to have a business to be a Shenanigans guest, right? So you can be a hobbyist. You can also have a business that's fiber art adjacent, right? So if you do candle making, that's great. If you do um, hand creams, lotions, we need those. I think I'm a little ashy right now as it is. As fiber artists, we need that. I definitely want to get my embroidery people on here. So, I've got my embroidery threads and crochet threads. You're also hopefully going to see some features from some of the Barbie folks because I've got an account over in the Barbie world, the fashion doll world. So if you're interested in that, it's Busy Barbies, BZY Barbies. And I've got patterns for the dolls over there as well. But I want to get some of those folks over as well because they're extremely creative. So if you're interested in being a guest, sign up. Like go on over to the page. Like I said, click on Shenanigans. There's a little form so that I know who you are. what your focus is, and then I'll communicate with you to make sure that we're a good fit, and then confirm your date. You can actually pick your Saturday. So the calendar is available. If the spot's taken, it'll let you know, so we won't end up double booking you with someone else. But it's a great tool to go ahead and schedule yourself if you want to be a guest. And I can't wait to talk to you. Um, so coming up next week, you'll see the promo for this, but next week we have Stacy Jackson. Listen, y'all need to definitely make sure you tune in for this. Have you ever been to a crochet fashion show? If you haven't, you have to make sure that you are following Stacy Jackson, who is the creator, the designer, the production. Like, she does it all for Strands Fashion Show. So she's going to be our guest coming up on Saturday, February the 17th. She's going to talk about Strands, that's coming up in March. It's an amazing event that occurs here in Atlanta. We'll find out more about how long she's been doing this. I finally was able to get to my first one live last year, and oh, it was so worth it. You get to shop out front, with vendors, also with some of the designers. You get local and non-local designers. You get to see some of the greatest and latest in crochet fashions. It's just an amazing show, very high production quality. So you're going to want to make sure you tune in to learn more about this. You might even want to make sure that you can get over to Atlanta in March to go to Strands. So, absolutely. Yes, we did have a great time. We there were tables out, we could sit, we mixed and mingle. We were able to support other fiber art businesses that were vending at the event. So it was great, because we like to shop and buy stuff and definitely support each other. You get to kiki and hang out with your friends. It was so fun because there are people who follow me or who I follow on Instagram that were in town. I had a chance to meet, like Kimberly Clayton, for example. You need to make sure you're following her page. She is an amazing crochet artist. But Stacey's going to come on and talk to us about the event. She's going to share information about the designers that are going to be featured. It's amazing. Oh, that's a good question. What crochet project am I working on? I'll tell you in just a second. All right. So right now the slot for the 24th of February is open. So if you are interested in being a guest, I do have one more slot for February. You can go ahead to BzyPeach.com, click on Shenanigans, and you can sign up for the 24th. I'll review and confirm. And then let's see, coming up in March, our first guest in March is Kristen Jeffers with Chris Pattern. I can't wait to have her on. So that's going to be a great conversation as well. So that's going to be March the 2nd. We do have other Saturdays available in March. So make sure you go ahead and reserve and book those. And, we're going to have a lot of fun. So, it's a lot of fun. We have our special guest in. I do love having impromptu guests. But what I'm seeing over here on YouTube is a little different. So I'm so excited for people who just have found us over here and come on in. But we do have to be a little bit more cautious, I think, because we got a lot of trolls that have popped in. So that's been interesting to see this morning. I think the fun thing is that you're not going to see this on the posted version, right? Because my mods are really, really working hard. They're doing it. So Izzy is blocking hard, Sheila's blocking hard. So I appreciate you all. If you're interested in being a mod for the live, because I think they could use some help, let me know. DM me on Instagram and we'll chat. I would like for it to be someone that I know and have a relationship with. They know my values, they know what I stand for and what I don't put up with. So, let me know if you're interested in being a mod over here on YouTube, and we can get that set up as well. And there might be some perks in there. We'll see. Anyway, so those are the two guests that we have coming up, and we've got some open slots. I do know for April, looking ahead, April 13th. That day is not available. There most likely will not be a shenanigans that day, because that's the day that my oldest daughter is getting married. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a mother-in-law. Um, so that's gonna be a super fun day. I can't wait for that day, but that day is not about me and it's not about the shenanigans. So April the 13th, I know for sure we will not have shenanigans. Okay. So someone asked, what am I working on? I am the queen of having whips on whips on whips. And so if you are not familiar with Fiber Arts World, a whip is a WIP, work in progress. And I have many. I have many of them. One that I showed when we were talking to Willie, I do need to finish this one up and finish the pattern for this, is going to be the Peachtree beanie. And so it's going to be the reversible plaid beanie, but the crochet version. I do have to finish the second side of that and then the verticals, and to get it written and then proofed and typed and tested. So if you're interested in testing for the Peachtree beanie, again, go on over to my link tree. I'll put these all in the caption below. But you can apply to be a pattern tester, or a sample maker. So yeah, I feel you on the whips. You have a ton. Yeah, Zen knitter, exactly. So this is one of them. I'm working on a what I'm calling a 2B. So it's gonna be the special YouTube beanie. I'm gonna need y'all all to get on that bandwagon. It's so cute. I can't even show it yet because I just got to reveal it when it's ready. Okay. But I think it's cute. Some of my Georgia peaches, y'all saw it last weekend. I don't know. What do y'all think? Roz, Natasha, remember the one that I had with me that I said was going to be the 2B? You might not remember it, but if you did, what do you think? I think it's cute. Last night I finished up a small pattern. I think I need to add a little something else to it, but I'm really enjoying designing, but again, I've got to dye yarn and I have to get orders out and I got to fight anxiety, and um I don't I have not been able to do a full blown like garment for people to wear. So to get my designing in, I've been working on little designs. So I have a couple I'll show you real quick. So these are my FOs. I should have posted Friday. You can see these on the Busy Barbie page, but we've got a tank top for this young lady. We have a more mature tank top for this sister. And then this young lady is going to be our tour guide. I'm going to have a contest where you guys can help me name her. But she's going to be our tour guide for some of the virtual ventures that we have. And so I was working on her travel cardigan. Wouldn't this be cute for grown-ups? Oh, look at that. And so this is using my crochet thread. But yeah, using the variegated, and yes. Right? Right? Exactly. I loved Barbies as a kid, and this is what I love about them now. Look at her. She got hips, y'all. She's thick. We've got all different shades. We got different hair texture. I love it. Okay, so anyway, so the travel cardigan is coming because she, like I said, she's going to be our tour guide for some of our busy ventures. Because this year we're getting out of the box. We're getting out of the house. We're getting out of the box. And if we can't do it IRL, then we're going to do it virtually, right? Right. So I love traveling. It takes you different places. It opens up your mind. It expands your experiences, your knowledge. It just does so much for you. And I definitely want to get to the point where I'm back to traveling a lot. I traveled more in my younger days, as a teen, as a young adult. Haven't been able to do so much, because life is life, and we had a pandemic. We still have COVID on the rise, all of that stuff. And so, not able to like travel internationally like I would like to, but I definitely will be doing some traveling within these United States, within this city of Atlanta, and sometimes just around my own dining room table. So I hope you guys will join me for some virtual ventures. Is Busy's Virtual Ventures is coming up as we celebrate my 5th year in business. We're gonna get out of our box. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna travel to some countries. Again, if not in IRL, definitely virtually. Okay. Let's see. I wish I was a better crocheter hooker. I'm very basic. Maybe that's something I'll work on this year, but I'm totally a knitter. Listen, absolutely. But you know what? Let me just say something real quick. Being a basic crocheter, there's nothing wrong with that. You can make this. All this is single crochets. That's the thing about amigurumi also. I love amigurumi. You guys will see more of that from me as well. It's all single crochets. So if you can single crochet, you can do all the things. If you can HDC, half double crochet, you can do a lot of things too. Yes. Sitting there, Roz is a basic knitter. You balance the universe. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because there's some people out there who are going to knit and knit and knit and will not crochet. And then there's me who's gonna crochet, 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 and refuse to knit. And that's okay. We balance out the universe. I like that, Ross. So for every person that's like, Laverne, you need to knit. No, I'm gonna continue to crochet. There's somebody out there who's just knitting and refuses to crochet. And that's all right. We can stay in our lanes. So yes, we can balance out the universe. So I think we're kind of coming to the end. It's almost 11:45. Listen, if you like today's live, invite some friends to come with you next week. Okay. Um, if you enjoyed this, come back, watch the replay, pick out the parts that you love the best, get some interaction going, give me some comments on this, etc. So, that's it. If you didn't like it, no problem. It's okay. Watch somebody else. But you came in today, so you got my hours up. You added to my viewing time, so I thank you for that. Haters are gonna hate, but they're gonna help me be great. So, um, thank y'all. I appreciate it. I love it. I want to make sure that you guys get out, into some shenanigans today. Hopefully, it's a good Saturday out there where you are. Enjoy yourselves, have lots of fun, and I will see you again next week. All right, peace out. Love you guys. Have a fabulous Saturday.